Hello, friends. Welcome, welcome, and a very special welcome back to Andrea Carpening. How are you?
I am doing great. Thank you, Miriam. Doing great.
Well, I'm so glad to hear, and I'm so glad you are back. We are celebrating the launch of your second children's book. Please tell everybody the name of the book.
It is Faith's Etiquette.
Ooh, very nice. And if you move to the side, we can see the cover right there behind you.
You can.
There it is, Faith's Etiquette. Very good. What can you tell everybody what is the book about and who would you say it's for?
So the book is about always lean into family love, and but definitely learning something new, um, and just really being okay with things that mom or grandma may suggest for a youngster to do. And Faith really does a great job of, I don't know if I want to go, and then really being introspective as a youngster and saying, she always wants me to learn new things. That's so nice. So um, that's what it's about. It's about learning new things. And of course, it's manners and social graces.
Mhm.
And
Well,
who is
I'm
it? You
so,
said who is it for, right?
yes,
Okay, so it's definitely for our teeniest of readers, right? And all the way up, if you look at the age category, it actually says 6 to 12. But as I've learned with my previous book, that that gets thrown out the window because you could introduce it to our teeniest of two year olds, or I'm a grandma. I'd be interested in reading it, buying it, and purchasing it for my youngster. So it's
yes.
it's for the age group that it specifies, but of course, we're happy when everyone leans in from any age group.
That's so good. And it's so true. It's so true. I think a lot of children, older ones also can benefit from it. What is it that you hope that parents and kids will take away from this book?
Um, Takeaway. Obviously the love and the friendship that's in the book, but demystifying etiquette, right? I
Mhm.
mean, the book is Faith's Etiquette. What is etiquette? Demystifying that and turning it into something that youngsters, a young lady, a young boy will understand. Oh, it's like when I pull out a chair. Oh, it's when I see the napkin at the table in the restaurant, or, at grandma's at Thanksgiving. It's demystifying what that is and breaking it down to digestible understanding of manners and social graces.
Yes. Well, Andrea, I'm so glad you wrote this book because I really feel that it's needed. Even in conversations that I have with my late teenagers to early 20s, I feel like I'm having to remind them of just little things. But having a book to do that with, I want to say that it's not this is what you have to do. This is how you
Right.
do it in the book. It's a fun story. And this little girl's going on to a camp, like a day. And like you said, it's also taking us to the mind of a child who's thinking, do I really need to go? I'm
Right.
shy, all these emotions. So I love that you put such an important topic hidden into this wonderful, fun children's story. So thank you for doing that.
Oh,
Yeah, so I want to tell everybody right now, this book is available on Amazon today. Today we are celebrating Andrea and her book, so make sure to go there and find it and grab this book, share it with the kids in your lives. Yes. I also we were talking prior to us starting the recording that we're both Mimis. We're both young grandmothers, and I think, yeah, this is something that I want to buy for my granddaughter and just talk about how Faith does it in the book. And
yeah.
I think grandparents, parents are going to have so much fun with this book.
I agree. I agree
Yes.
wholeheartedly.
Yes. So this is your second children's book. Can
Look
you
at
tell?
me. Look at
I
me.
know, I
What?
know. It's so fast, so fast. So I know you have your first book in front of you. Let's show everybody your
I
first book and share the
do.
title.
Beef patty by Friday.
Yes, another wonderful book. Can you
Oh.
tell us what Beef Patty by Friday is about?
Oh my goodness. So Beef Pad by Friday is really, I snuck some math in there, but it's also family love. It's about hard work, learning how to say I want to set goals for something that I aspire to or that I want, and leaning into how do I achieve those goals? And there is critical thinking in there. You can be the teeniest of readers and have critical thinking. And so I've had a lot of fun with Beef Patty by Friday. I've even done a workshop where we came up with an alternate ending. Like, how would you work for what you want to achieve? So that book really, I've had tons of fun with it. No regrets.
Yes. Well, it's another great book. And I love that it's all family oriented, but kids are learning. I also love the idea of setting a goal for ourselves, even as
Yeah.
young as 4, 5, 6. And
Mhm.
how do you work at achieving that? So I want to mention
Yeah.
when you're there looking for Faith's etiquette, look for Beef Patty by Friday also, because you're going to have fun reading these books. And again, I love it when books have that little bit of teaching in there that
Mhm.
kids don't even notice because it's a fun
Right.
book. And then they leave getting something out of it. It's a conversation starter with parents or Mimi's grandparents.
Yes,
Um,
that's us. That's
yes,
us.
that's us. That's us in our new roles now. So, okay. So you wrote the first book, and I feel like it's gone by fast. You immediately wrote a second book. What inspired you to write another book?
So I enjoyed the process, first of all. It was very, very supportive with Miriam Laundry. I you don't know what you don't know. And I didn't know much. And so I definitely felt I had all the tools. And even though I may not have the expertise, Million Laundry did. And so I felt very confident, even though you don't know what you know until you get into the process. And so a second book, I was encouraged to bring to life all of the ideas that I have. And this is really about younger me, right? It's younger me wanting to have these pieces in my life, a Beef Patty by Friday learning book, a faith etiquette learning book, and just wanting to continue to inspire and just have good, wholesome literature
Mhm.
for our youngsters.
I love that. I'm so glad. And I'm so glad you wrote one. I mean, when did the first book come out?
It was out a year ago and
A
was in
year ago.
May.
May. Okay, so here we go. I love it when an author feels so inspired to continue writing those important books, those important messages. So so glad you did. How was the process different this time around from the first time?
Oh my goodness. So I'll have to say, of course, I have a little bit more wisdom and definitely more preparation, right? And as I said, the team at the publishing house, Miriam Laundry, of course, just really had all the videos, all the presentation, all the workshops, all of the step by step. And so for me, I felt like I knew what was waiting for me. And so I knew that I had the support, and I knew that even though I might have needed a little bit of faith to bring this to life, I knew what was behind my publishing. I knew that the tools were there, the expertise was there. If I had a question, I knew that I could ask it. So, definitely wanting to bring my ideas to life and, for the children. And I just knew that I could do it again with the support that I had. Very
Hmm.
important.
No, well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, we know whenever we do something, even though this is your second time, it probably came with some challenges. What do
Mhm.
you think was the biggest challenge, or what can you share was the biggest challenge when writing this particular book?
So I have to be honest, I did ask some folks that I really didn't know what they thought about this, just to get like, a focus group audience. Like, what do you think of this? You don't know me, I don't know you. What do you think of this? And I got good feedback, but in me trying to craft the actual book and making sure I had the right amount of words and I made sure I had the right amount of emotion in it and that it was exactly what I wanted, which is a learning book with family wholesomeness and fun. It was a bit of a challenge. I felt like I had to have faith
Mm,
to believe that there would be an audience for this piece and that it would be successful in that it would be well received. I'm not really ever worried about the numbers of sales. Just is this something quality that I'm putting
right.
out? Am I putting out something that is meaningful? And so I think I struggled with believing that at first, and I had to take a little bit of faith and take that along, pack that in my bag, and take that along with me on the journey. So, yeah, I did have a little bit of struggle, but I definitely persevered through it.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. And you're right. It's not a book you see every day, but that's what
Right.
makes it special.
Exactly.
That's what makes sure that we know that it's needed. It's needed. Your kids need it, friends. Okay. So that's good. That's good to know. Did you work with the same illustrator you worked with the first time, or is this a new illustrator?
This is a new illustrator. So
Mm.
I had made a decision when I wanted to write children's book. I wanted the illustrator to kind of match the book, to
Mhm.
have a buy-in, to see herself in it, to have energy and support for the characters so that she would be excited about it. And I say she because these books have a lead character that is a young female. And so that's the illustrator that I looked for this book, and definitely for my last book. This is a different illustrator.
Okay.
I was born in
Cool.
England, and my illustrator is London based. So she had like a definite understanding and a good feel about the book. And so she was excited to do the illustration. And I'm really picky. And and I'm gonna ask for this and move that and send that back and move her eyes down and I'm that person, right? Because as I said, I want to put out a quality product that is meaningful. And I knew that if she had buy-in, if the illustrator has buy-in and loves the idea of the book, it makes it less of a job for her to deal with me, right? Because she's like, okay, I understand where she's coming from. So I had a wonderful, wonderful experience with my illustrator.
I love that. She did a beautiful job. I think I love the colors of the cover, the book, all of that. Let's share her name. What is her name?
And she is Angelica Scudamore, and she is London based. And just a sweetheart. I mean, every interaction, she was just a sweetheart. Angelica, you did an amazing job, and I'm so proud of you.
So good, so good. Okay, now this is the second children's book you're publishing in a year, in a year and a couple of months.
Ooh,
How does it feel? Yeah, how does it feel like to have another children's book out in the world?
it feels like I put out a baby in 9 months. And now I have to really nurture and take care of these babies. It feels absolutely amazing. As I said, I was really looking to promote and go do activities with kids with Beef Patty by Friday. And I was able to do some of that. And so now I have the opportunity to do like etiquette activities and the Beef Patty by Friday activities, which involve like a piggy bank and fake money and just have fun with it. So I think
Oh,
I set myself up to have a lot of fun.
you set yourself up for success. I love that too. So, Andrea, I think this is the best time to ask, where can our viewers find you? And if they want to hire you to come in and do an etiquette class or to help them with, um, like a little bit of math workshops, any of that, tell us what you do when you go in and speak to children and where can they find you?
So, excuse me, I am on Instagram and I am on Facebook, and I do have a website. avcbook.com is the website, and on Instagram it's AVC Books. I believe it says by Andrea Corpening, and the same on Instagram. So you can find me. Um, Definitely, I've done a workshop or two. And I've also done an activity. I've read to children. And I think the biggest thing is just the joy in going in and seeing those little readers and wanting and drinking in literacy in this way. There's a lot of things available. I've even done a workshop where I read the book to mothers and program providers where I've
Mhm.
read the book and then we came up on AI with alternate endings. And so there's lots of ways that you can use this book as, maybe you're in Boys and Girls Club or a church group. And so those are the things that I'm excited about for these books. And I've gone to a classroom and I've brought my piggy bank. I have my trusty piggy bank and I have my fake money. And we kind of, journey along with hope on how to earn funds, and the kids kind of gather the money. I've done virtual workshops where we talk about, what the meaning is behind setting goals and persevering and being joyful in the journey. And so there's so many different ways that
Mhm.
I have been able to stretch me and myself along this journey with the book. And now I'll have a second one, Faith's Etiquette, to be able to just continue to build on that. And I'm enjoying the whole thing, Miriam. I had no idea it was going to be this rich. I wasn't sure that I was going to be this involved. I thought I was just putting out some books on some shelves, and here it is. I'm invited to do workshops and
Mhm.
I'm invited to present. So I'm really enjoying it. The book was never about me and I, and so this is wonderful that, different institutions and, rooms that hold these teeny hearts are inviting me in. I am beyond happy to be invited
Oh,
in.
I am so glad you shared this. It gives our aspiring authors who are watching a little glimpse into what happens post book
True.
launch, and what can happen, right? I say this all the time because I believe that books can open up doors for us. They can open
Mhm.
up opportunities either to speak or to share our books, to be one-on-one with the children, to see their
Exactly.
reactions when you read your
Yes.
book to them. And I think that is so much fun. It's so rewarding. So anybody that's out there doubting or thinking, I don't know where this is going to lead, or worried about the investment of time or money, I want to say to you, you don't know what's on the other side. So I'm so glad, Andrea, you gave us a little glimpse of what's on the other side.
For
So let
sure.
me ask you this. What piece of advice would you have for somebody who has maybe written their first book or published their first book and are now thinking about going for their second book?
Oh my goodness, I say do it. Absolutely do it. And I mean, if you feel like you've learned some things and maybe you just want editing, or maybe you just need illustration and then book design, if you want to do the full suite of compliments, I say do it because that's what I did. And it makes life so much easier because with the full suite of support, there was no part of the journey where I had to stop my all the other day-to-day activities. I run a nonprofit. I'm also the president of a nonprofit locally. I do other things. I have a family life, and I did not have to stop any of those things and activities in order to do this because I used the full suite of available expertise to me. But if you're advanced and you're able to, bring this book to life, but you just need this help and that help, I say go ahead and do it. It's exciting to bring anything to life. But a book that is going to be in the hands of our future leaders, I say do it every time and do it again and do it again. That's my
Mm,
advice. Just do it.
great, great advice. Well, Andrea, it's been so good speaking with you. But before we go, I want to ask you, is there anything else you'd like to share or anything that you wish I would have asked
I am a woman of a certain age. I have enjoyed different professional, things in my life. I've been able to be in a few different arenas, and I've enjoyed all of them. This is by far the cup filler, right? Because it's a time in my life where I'm able to do it. I have the time, and I had a marvelous support from Miriam Laundry, and I can't say that enough. And I know I sound like a commercial, but I don't believe I would have done it had the support not been the way that it's structured. Everything is structured so well for you to learn each piece of the journey of what you need to do next. And then the support afterwards. And if you're struggling, or if you only want information on this or that, or you have questions, all of that is available to you. And I say, wherever you publish, make sure you have all of that available to you, because it really made a lifelong dream of publishing something that is meaningful. It made that dream come true for me. And I don't know that had I not had all of the pieces that was available to me as far as enrichment in learning and the expertise that's available, I don't know that those moments where I said, I don't know if I can do this, I don't know that I would have pushed through. It would have been very difficult. And it is not easy. I'm not saying it's a piece of cake. I'm saying it's possible, right? And
Mhm.
I'm living proof that it's possible. And I'm just grateful for the journey. And thank you for your positive reinforcements, all of your emails, your letters to us. And just when I'm thinking, I don't know if I can edit this thing myself, here comes a piece of mail that says, are you worried about editing yourself? Let me help you. I mean, it's just been wonderful. So, yes, I will add that because that's important. That is what got me through. And I really just need to praise you all for that. You know, my God gets all the glory for what I do, but He gives us folks like you, he gives us the ability and the expertise and the support, and we need to lean into that to bring all of the dreams and aspirations and desires of our hearts to life. And
Mm.
I'm just grateful, just grateful.
Oh, you are the sweetest. Thank you so much. I received that, and I'm so glad our paths crossed. Now you've got two amazing children's books
I do, I
out.
do.
Yes, yes. And friends, the best thing that we could do for our authors is support them. Send Andrea a message on social media or to her website. Definitely go to Amazon and find this book. Today is the day we are celebrating Faith's Etiquette. Go find it. It's there, hardcover, softcover, ebook version. And while you're there, look for Beef Patty by Friday. You are going to have so much fun with both of those books. Andrea, it's so much fun speaking with you. And I hope to
Always.
see you again for some extra books. You're writing amazing books that are making a difference in the world. So thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for the encouragement always. And just my heart is full. I am really, really happy about this piece. This is just literature for the ages, and I am beyond grateful for the journey. So thank you, and thank your team for me.
Yeah,
Beyond
will
grateful.
will do. Thank you, friends, for being here. We'll see you very soon. Bye bye, Andrea.
Bye.
Bye.